Sekarang. Udah itu. Oke, ini lanjutan dari Pharaonic Village. Yang kedua, mari ikuti saya. Kita beri 30 menit saja ya. Maaf ya, karena kita jalan jauh dari sini ke Karmicik. Ayo, semua lihat sini. Sana sih, aman lah.
ادينا صورة يا مرقص مستر مرقص صورت صورة واحدة ثانية بعد إذنك. satu lagi ادخل عشان هو بيصور. ادخل اقعد بقى. عايز تنام انت. تيك فوتو يلا. ابونا bersama Firaonin. Oh iya. Karena saya sudah Bapak Ibu, saya sudah menjelaskan di dalam bis. Abuna salah satu keajaiban dunia. Ya. Oh iya, luar biasa itu, luar biasa. Oke, apa lagi? Oke, mantap itu. Abuna silakan tinggal di dalam kuil Anda. Bapak Ibu harus lihat di depan. Harus lihat di depan ya.
The real one you can find it in Luxor City. This one is in South Egypt. And the Karnak temple was dedicated to worship three gods. The first one was called God Amun, and his wife was called Mut, and their son was called Khonsur. And this is the first hall. This one here is called the open court, and this one was used for making festivals and ceremonies for the gods. One of the most important festivals, or religious festivals, that was related to the Karnak temple is a festival called the Ubed. So for the Ubed, they used to carry the sign of the god Amun on a boat like this, and then they take it outside the Karnak temple to another temple called Luxor temple. So there at this temple, he will marry his wife Mut, and then he will come back again to the Karnak temple. This journey used to take from 10 to 11 days.
Ya, jadi Bapak Ibu ini ada dua macam ya, ada di Karnak, ada di Luxor. Nah ini yang di Karnak khusus untuk Amun-Ra ya. 11 hari mereka melakukan satu upacara.
Karena dari Karnak ke Luxor Bapak Ibu ada jalan yang besar dan sebelah kanan dan sebelah kiri ada ini patung Sphinx seperti yang di piramid. Oke, sekitar kira-kira Bapak Ibu mungkin 3 kilometer. Itu dari kuil ke kuil. Oke, silakan.
So let's continue inside the second hall.
Ini kita masuk kuil ya.
Ini miniaturnya.
Miniaturnya betul.
Aslinya berarti gede banget ya.
Okay, so guys, now we're inside the second hall. This one here inside the real temple, you can find 134 columns, and each column is about 21.5 meters high. So this is the first thing that we're going to see. This one is something called the water clock. So it is a clock. They use it inside the temples for measuring the time for festivals. So this one is only,
ini ya.
yeah.
Jam.
This one was only for a religious purpose, and you will never find it inside their homes. You can find it only inside the temple. So it is something looks exactly like this one here, made of alabaster stone. Inside it you can find 12 points. If you look inside, you will see them. And down here, can you see this part? So this part is supposed to be a tiny hole, a very tiny hole. لما اكون حاجه عايز تترجموها حاجه اقول لك
ماشي. لا عادي شغال. اصل انا شايفهم طالما متجاوبين ماشي.
So, and in that time, they used to fill it with water onto the surface twice a day. One was sunrise and one was sunset. And each drop of water that comes outside the sunny hole represents 1 second. And each point inside it represents 1 hour. So to measure the time, they used to count the points inside until they reach the surface of the water. This is how they will know the time. And also they used to put some oil on the top to save it from being evaporated by the heat inside the temple. And of course, this one is just a replica, a fake one. The original one, you can find it inside the Museum of Civilizations. This one looks exactly like the real one.
Kita sudah lihat kemarin.
Jangan orang yang
Just religious for the gods and goddesses like this.
Yang original asli di dalam museum peradaban kemarin kita lewat dari sana museum mumi Firaun. Yang asli di sana ini semuanya yang palsu Bapak Ibu, bukan asli. Seperti yang asli. Oke, satu bom ini Bapak Ibu artinya 1 jam. Ya, 1 jam ini dari zaman Firaun. Ya, ini Bapak Ibu asli. Dan ini kunci surga juga di dalam ini namanya Ankh. Ankh artinya ini Bapak Ibu kunci yang alamat terakhir di dunia dari zaman Firaun. Oke.
Okay, so guys, let's continue this way.
Lihat di sini Bapak Ibu.
Okay, guys, come closer. So now we're in front of the most important room inside the whole temple. This one here is called the Holy of the Holies. They used to keep inside it the statue of the god. So inside this room, they used to keep the statue of Amun and his wife Mut and their son Khumsu. And only the high priest, the man that we met outside, and also the king that were allowed to go inside the room. For the rest of the priests or even for the queen, they weren't allowed to go inside it. And this room here, you can find it inside all the temples in Egypt. And it is always the last room that you will visit in a temple and the smallest one in the whole temple too. Okay? Let's continue this way to see the other room. So guys, now for this room, this one for the offerings. And offerings in that time were like a gift. So anyone will stand in front of the statue of the god and worship him, they have to offer something. And actually inside the temple, they used to have more than one room for the offerings. Because they used to have one for the drinks, one for the meat, one for the grains, one for the flour. That's why they used to have a lot of offering rooms inside the temple. And also they used to have rooms for the priests inside the temple too. Okay? Let's continue outside.
Selanjutnya sampai ke daging-daging gitu.
Saya Bapak Ibu, lihat
Okay, let's
bahasa
continue
pertama
this
ini.
way.
Bahasa pertama dari zaman Firaun.
Okay, so guys, come closer to see this one.
Grup nomor 9. Gracias Tour, kumpul di sini.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, now we're going to talk about the language. So this one here was called hieroglyphics. And hieroglyphics were derived from the nature. You can see that all of the signs are birds, animals, and even some parts of the human body. So I will tell you some of the letters here, like for this one, this is the owl, this is letter M for us in English now. And there's this sign, this is our mouse, this is letter R.
This is R. R artinya ini Bapak Ibu di yang mouse besar.
Oh.
Oke, dan juga ada burung ini
Ya.
dan juga ular artinya F oder V. Ya, or V. Ini.
Okay. And this sign here, this one you will see the lot. This one is called the royal cartouche, and inside it they used to write the names for kings and queens only. And this part here represents the earth, and the round part here represents the sky. There's another sign, you will see it a lot. This one. So do you know what
Namanya?
it is?
Yeah.
Namanya?
Kunci kehidupan.
Ya, betul.
Yeah, Ankh means life. That's why now we call it the key of life.
Key of life.
So in that time they had different ways to write hieroglyphic. They can write it inside a column just like this, but they will start it from up to down. So inside a column only from up to down. But if they write it on a wall like this, they have 2 ways. They can start to write it from right to left or from left to right. It's like both Arabic and English at the same time. But how we decide the direction of reading, you decide it from the face of the signs. So if you look at their faces, you can see that all of the birds and the animals are looking at the same direction, this way, right? So how should we start to read
Da
it?
prong lihat dari sana ke dari
kiri ke
kiri
kanan.
ke kanan.
Ya.
Ya, kalau dari kiri ke kanan artinya kita mungkin baca dari kanan ke kiri. Kalau burung Bapak Ibu seperti ini ya. Semua burung ini Bapak Ibu lihat dari kiri ke kanan. Ya, mungkin kita Bapak Ibu baca dari kanan ke kiri. Kalau burung lihat dari kiri, kita baca dari kiri ke kanan. Dan juga mungkin dari bawah ke atas seperti ini atau dari atas ke bawah. Ini bahasa yang pertama di Mesir adalah bahasa hieroglif. Karena di dalam museum Mesir ada Rosetta batu itu dalam 3 bahasa itu Bapak Ibu. Bahasa hieroglif, bahasa hieratik dan bahasa ini yang Greek atau tua, Greek tua itu waktu itu. Di mana dia bertemu di Mesir ini, zaman ini Bapak Ibu Champollion. Dan Rosetta batu itu asli di mana sekarang di British Museum London. Yang asli.
Sebentar, lihat sini
Okay, let's
sebentar.
continue.
Come on.
Lihat sini ya.
Picture, bro.
Foto bersama dulu.
Foto dulu.
Berserakan aja,
We want to
Berserakan
know.
aja nih paparasi nih. 1, 2, 3. Sekali lagi 1, 2, 3. Oke, yalla
Oke,
yalla.
yalla.
Misi.
Okay, so come on, guys. Okay, so guys, come closer. Okay, so guys, for this part, we're going to see their houses. We'll start with the house of a nobleman. Nobleman is like a rich man, a man with an important job, like a scribe, like a vizier, or maybe an army man. So if you look here, you can see their car. This
Here.
one.
Oh,
Ini
So,
Bapak Ibu.
This one here is called the chariot. They used to make it from wood and then they cover it with stone. We still horses in front to move the chariot, and then the nobleman used to stand there and the back. So in the beginning, this one was only used in wars, and after that they started to use it in their daily use to move from one place to another.
Kereta perang.
Yang original emas seperti ini, emas murni Bapak Ibu asli di dalam Museum Mesir sampai sekarang. Ada Ramses,
Untuk apa?
apa?
Perang.
Untuk perang. Zaman Firaun untuk perang yang dia
kereta
raja
perang ya.
atau orang yang di sini. Lihat, ini untuk perang Bapak Ibu.
Ya,
Ya, perang zaman Firaun. Dan yang asli ada untuk yang punya banyak karena raja kaya waktu itu Ramses II dan Tutankhamun. Itu yang asli Tutankhamun di dalam Museum Mesir sampai sekarang. Oke. Ayo Bapak Ibu.
Ini masuk rumah orang kaya.
Masuk orang kaya saja.
Masuk sultan ini.
Ya betul.
Ya, sama jadi orang kaya.
Tempat duduk ya.
Okay, so guys, now this
Ayo.
one.
Silakan, tafadhal.
So this one here is also like the tray that you saw outside, but this one for women. So his wife, she used to sit here, and from the 4 parts, 4 men, he used to tell her.
Empat orang naik ke sini karena istri raja Bapak Ibu atau istri Tuhan waktu itu tidak bisa jalan. Kalau dia mau masuk kuil dari kuil atau rumah ke rumah, dia duduk di sini dan ada orang dia kerja diambil ke kuil atau ke rumah. Ya zaman Firaun itu. Sekarang tidak bisa. Harus jalan.
Jalan atau nggak bisa jalan?
Nih, tidak bisa jalan. Karena istri raja.
Tidak boleh.
Tidak boleh. Karena istri raja. Ya.
Bukan karena
Dia
sakit.
bisa jalan. Ya, tidak bisa jalan.
Tidak boleh.
Dari
Okay, so guys, inside the house we have 2 rooms. This is for the wife of the nobleman, and she was a very lucky woman. She used to sit here all day doing nothing except wearing her makeup, shoes and her jewelry, and she had her own servants, and she also used to have a musician to play music for her all day long. Okay?
good musician.
Ya, because dia seperti yang istri Firaun, Bapak Ibu semuanya istri Firaun sama. Ya, dan juga ini semuanya mungkin 90% namanya never. Never artinya cantik zaman Firaun. Dan harus dia masuk kata never di dalam rumah waktu itu untuk perempuan Bapak Ibu. Ini cantik atau? Cantik. Oke, cantik sekali ya. Oke, puji Tuhan. Ayo Bapak Ibu.
Apa dia? Saya pinjemin.
Bapak Ibu nih ada tempat tidur, kursi duduk ini dan kursi datang.
Foto.
Halo. Cantiknya sinamon.
Nah, gitu. Perang sana
Ini seperti yang mau istirahat, ya harus seperti dan kepalanya ini Bapak Ibu yang bagus sekali untuk ini buat raja atau istri raja. Mungkin 90% buat istri raja saya. Firaun, perempuan.
خلاص نوديهم بقى في الحمام.
أيوة بابا.
Okay. So let's continue this way to see the toilet.
هذا
So this is the toilet. And this one here is the shower room.
kamar mandi dan kamar kecil ya.
This is for
Ada dua Bapak Ibu. Ini buat mandi saja, ini buat mandi saja ya. Ya, ya. Sekarang tidak cukup, zaman Firaun cukup.
And guys, this one here is a storage room. This one for storing the grains inside pottery jars. Not for a long time, but for only
Udang.
for daily use. Okay? Let's continue outside the house.
Ayo Bapak Ibu.
Makanan.
Pelayan.
Okay, so guys, at the back of the house, we have the room for the servants. And this is how the bed looks like. It was made of
Orang
wood and
kerja.
covered with
Orang
bone.
kerja.
Orang kerja duduk di sini ya, istirahat di sini Bapak Ibu. Ya. Binamu kanu binamu صح.
أيوة دي الأوضة بتاعتنا ده نوم ده سرير.
Ini tempat tidur. Tempat tidur untuk orang kerja di dalam kuil.
And this one here is the kitchen. Come closer to see it. And this is how the oven looks like. So they used to put the fire inside it and then they use it from the surface. And they used to have one for cooking and the other one for baking.
Yeah.
We still have one similar to this one but in the countryside. And this one here is the stable for keeping the horses. And for the furniture part in the house, this one.
Yang dilengkung ini yang khas untuk Raja Mesir di dalam kuil. Setiap kuil punya rumbung seperti ini Bapak Ibu. Masuk dari atas ini dia naik ini dan masuk dari atas kalau mau ambil dari bawah. Itu.
Okay, so let's continue outside the house.
Lumbung. Gandum. Sarung beras.
Bukan. Mereknya, ayo.
Okay, so guys, for this part, this is like a supermarket, a place where they used to buy their needs. But in that time, they used to exchange. I will give you something and take what I want.
Market.
Tidak ada uang waktu itu, tidak ada uang. Ya, ya.
Let's continue to see the peasant's house.
Itu persiapan untuk naik gunung ya.
And guys, this is the house of the farmer. You can see that his house is very small and also very simple. They used to have 1 or 2 rooms at least for the entire family. And their beds are the same beds for the servants inside the nobleman's house. And this woman here is his wife. She is grinding the wheat to make flour to make her own bread. And if you look here, we're going to
Buat
see.
brut ya. Ini Bapak Ibu. Ya, roti ya. Ya, bikin roti ini. Tepung roti ya.
Okay, so guys, come closer to see the fire making.
Digiling ya. Dari gandum mungkin kayak kita mau padi lah itu.
Okay, guys at the back, can you please come closer to see the fire?
Iya.
Silakan kumpul di sini dekat.
Ya, ya.
Ayo, silakan di sini Bapak Ibu.
Bikin api, Bapak.
Ini cara buat api nih.
Okay, so guys, in that
Lihat nih. Ini bukan sulap tapi bikin api.
Nah, zaman Firaun dia prinsip seperti ini Bapak Ibu, lihat ya.
Oh.
Terima kasih. Syukran dalam bahasa Arab. Syukran.
Syukran.
Okay, let's continue this way.
Take picture. Come on.
خلاص كده ولا؟
خلاص احنا بس ممكن نشوف لهم اللوحة.
Ada cerita tentang
Syukran ini.
Yusuf di sini.
Yusuf nih bukan
Ah.
di sini, tidak ada di sini. Nanti saya menjelaskan di dalam bis
Oke.
cerita Yusuf itu.
هبديهم كروب
Oh.
الأماكن.
ممكن ندخل الحمامات وبعد كده نطلع. Bapak Ibu, sekarang kita sudah selesai ya. Dan juga Bapak Ibu yang mau toilet, oke. Dan setelah